All right. I wanted to talk about how I'm saving up to buy my house. Because despite what people will tell you, dumping money in a savings account isn't really going to do it. With an inflation rate of about 3%, you will lose more than you make on 99% of savings accounts. I've heard a couple of millionaires speak to this, but they recommended some certain savings accounts that I looked more into, and you have to have something like, I think one of the lower ones was $300,000, which most people don't have $300,000 to dump into a new savings account. So I'm going to tell you how I save money. I am blessed with having a good paying job that I can do a lot of overtime for, and relatively low personal expenses. Excluding all of my expenses, I have around $600, $700 a month after all of my expenses for the month. And I try and keep about $100, maybe a little less, as an emergency slash shit happens fund, for want of a better term. But that leaves me with around $500 a month, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. So what I do is I take $250 out of my first paycheck, and I dump that into just a normal savings account with my bank. I'm planning on doing this for the next 5 years. That will get me approximately $15,000. A good amount when you're trying to buy a house is around $30,000. Generally, you're going to want it between $30,000 and $100,000, because houses are expensive, and that's the down payment. Well, that's a rough 10% down payment model. Most places you'll see will do something between $30,000 and $60,000 for your down payment. There are ways and loans to mitigate this, which I'm fully intending to do when I start trying to actually buy my house. But that's a little ways off, so I'm just doing cursory research right now. Now then, for the other $250 I take out of my last paycheck, and I am sticking that in an investment account. I have two different ones. One is through my bank, that is fully personal and fully self-controlled, and one is a recommended E-Trade account that I got through the company I work for, or the previous company that I worked for at Finisar. They had a profit sharing plan where you could buy their stocks at a discount. This got later traded over to II-VI when II-VI bought out Finisar, which is why I no longer work for Finisar. And I don't know if II-VI does this, but check and see if your company has profit sharing. They're extremely useful programs. You can usually get a 15% discount which means you are effectively guaranteed 5%, even if your stock drops by 10%, you're effectively guaranteed a 5% increase on whatever you put in. Talk to HR or upper management about this. They're usually the ones who know this kind of stuff. HR because it's a benefit, management because they're probably doing it. And I upgraded it with the money I've made through that account to a recommended account, which is just E-Trade will give me suggestions on what I should buy based off of previous buying history. E-Trade also has a bunch of great courses that you can use, but I'm switching between. For odd months, it's going to the E-Trade, and for even months, like this month, it's going towards my personally directed one. The personally directed one is through my personal bank. I'm not revealing any more information about that than that. But with that, I should have, at minimum, assuming my stocks don't massively drop, $30,000. If my investments are good and I make a decent amount of money off of them, I could have $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Who knows? Depends on how well my stocks do. One of the biggest problems I have with stocks, though, is I'm not 100% sure how to research them yet. So I don't know if I'm making good choices or not. Sorry, I've been a bit rambly about money, as you can tell. I've got thoughts on the brain. But thank you for listening, if anyone's even been listening.